So starting the test drive in this Maverick, I've driven a hybrid, but this is my first time actually getting behind the wheel of a 2-liter turbo. And I will say this one feels much more peppy than the hybrid, but I just like the driving dynamics a little bit more because I drive an EV and I like the efficiency of hybrids. And the Maverick actually does a fantastic job, honestly, at being a hybrid pickup truck, getting that kind of fuel economy, being as much of a workhorse as it is. Now, it's not an F-150, but it is something that you can tow lightly with, you can haul lightly with, and you're getting 40 miles per gallon. And it's much easier to drive than a full-size truck. Now, most of today's full-size pickups are pretty comfortable, they drive pretty nicely, so on and so forth, but this just drives like a Ford Escape as opposed to an F-150. So if you're one of those people that is looking for something like that, definitely the way to go. But I do like the power that you get from the EcoBoost. You're not feeling as much front end torque as you do in the hybrid because you do have that electric motor, but we're gonna see how powerful this thing really is. I'm gonna put my foot into it as I get on the interstate here. And it does pull quite nicely. And I do like having the blind spot mirrors. You don't get the monitors, but it's so great to have those mirrors there to really help when you're merging without having to turn your head all the way. But the ride quality is pretty good. Again, for this to be a pickup truck, although it is small, the ride is great. And surprisingly quiet in the cabin. And this one does have the window deflectors on it, and still not too much sound getting in here, so impressed by that. And as these start to settle out after the car market did its crazy thing, everything's starting to settle down a little bit more. This is starting to become more and more of a bargain for what you get. And then we also have auto stop here as well. And there it is there. So again, what makes this a great choice, in my opinion, is, let's say you're retiring, or if you're used to driving a car for work, if you're used to maybe having a RAV4 or a Ford Escape, an Equinox, things of that nature, but you need a truck bed because you're gonna start planting and you really haven't had an option that doesn't get 12, 15 miles per gallon, this is great, especially if you go with the hybrid powertrain, because if you don't care about the power, you just want something that gets you from A to B and you drive slow, it's the perfect truck. Because I have a 2004 Tundra, doesn't matter how I baby that thing in terms of throttle response, I'm still getting 14 miles per gallon on a good day. So to be able to get 30, even lower 40s with a hybrid, it's fantastic, and you don't have to worry about driving such a big truck. It's still about as capable as any other full-size truck in terms of light hauling. So if you need to take your recycling off to the dump or whatever, pretty easy to throw a few cans in the back. And then if you need to pick up some plants and you don't want dirt all over the trunk space, you have that bed as well. And with this one having the bed liner, makes it even more capable, so you're not worried about scratching up the bed as you maybe haul heavier stuff, maybe a few weights or whatever. But after driving this 2-liter turbo, I definitely think it drives more smoothly than the hybrid. But again, me personally, I would take that efficiency over the power you get out of this truck having the 8-speed automatic as opposed to the CVT. But that's just me. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2023 Ford Maverick XLT.